Chargepoint stock news, updates, and merger analysis. Okay guys, so I wanted to make this quick video here kind of to answer the most common questions I've been seeing about Chargepoint. A lot of you guys have been asking for updates on the merger date. A lot of you guys have been asking, why would Chargepoint go public via a SPAC versus a traditional IPO? A lot of you guys have been asking what will happen to your shares after the merger. A lot of people are asking what is the conversion rate. So we're going to answer all of these questions in this video, guys, and give you guys a heads up as we head into the last stretch of 2020. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, please smash the thumbs up button. It really helps the algorithm. So let's get into it, guys. So probably the biggest question I've heard is, when is the merger date? So if you guys been following my channel, you knew that I gave guys a merger date of around December 15th, and that was actually pushed back. So perhaps it's basically the pandemic reasons, or for whatever reason, the merger date was pushed back. So the definitive new merger date is around January 15th, 2021, and that was confirmed via the SEC filing a few days ago. So if we take a look here, I'm on the SEC website. So as you can see here, this was filed on the 15th. So what you can do is I'll actually put the link to this in the description box. You guys can check it out yourself. So here we are. As you can see here, this is registered by Switchback Energy Acquisition Corporation on December 15th. So if we head down here to I kind of highlighted it. Okay, here it is. So it says, the use of January 15, 2021 as assumed closing date through this proxy statement, prospective consent, solicitation statement for illustrative purposes only, is not intended to be a projection of the actual closing date. So once again, it just looks like they've pushed it back a bit, and they're saying like it's January 15th. So that's kind of our new date. Hopefully it'll close then. If it won't, I'll kind of give you guys the update. So okay, so now then the next question that I've been hearing about is basically what is going on. Why are they using a SPAC merger for a traditional IPO? So to kind of give you guys a reason why, let's head over to Crunchbase. There's a really good article on Crunchbase. It talks about the differences between SPACs versus traditional IPOs. So guys, one of the reasons why people use SPACs is that it's just simply faster. So, we're living in the microwave generation with instant gratification and things like that. And if you guys saw how Airbnb went IPO, it took Airbnb literally years, and they had to keep pushing it back. The good thing about a SPAC is that the money's already there. So the SPAC company already has money and capital raised. Now they're just looking for the right deal. So here's a quote. It says, you can think of it like an IPO is basically a company looking for money, while a SPAC is money looking for a company. So what that means is that with Switchback Energy, these guys already have the money. They're just looking for someone that has a good business model. So think of it, in like your own personal life, right? If you have a lot of money, then it's easy to find investment deals. Whereas if you don't have money and you have a good idea, it's much harder to raise capital. So that's one of the reasons why people use SPACs. Is just much faster, and it can actually speed up the timeline immensely, because all the SPAC company has to do is simply basically choose a company that has a good business model, and the deal will close, pretty fast. Whereas a company where the IPO, they have to look around, find funding, all these things, and they have to go through the long process of filing with the SEC, and that can get delayed, and there's going to be a lot more questions and a lot more kind of investigative work, looking through the books, doing a lot of auditing and things like that. And it's just much faster to use the SPAC thing. And one of the reasons why I think the SPAC thing is so popular now is because now we're kind of in the Robinhood generation and things like that, and SPACs can be fun. So when you look at an IPO, it's like when Airbnb went IPO, everyone already made their money, right? So the private investors, the founders of the company, the CEO, the Brian Chesky guy, the Morgan Stanleys, the Black Rocks, the JP Morgans, they're already making their money, and now they're selling it to us. But with the SPAC thing, it's like finally, retail investors like you and me, the average guy, there's a chance for us to kind of buy into the company before it actually officially goes IPO. So it's a little bit fun. It's kind of like being in private equity without having, millions and millions of dollars. So I hope that kind of explained things a bit better. And like I said, probably the main reason is just speed. As you can see here, it says going public through a SPAC can accelerate a company's market entry by anywhere by 2 to 4 months. Without a company in the actual shell, there are fewer SEC comments and questions to answer given the lack of financial statements statements or related material in the auditing process is shortened. So guys, much faster, and it's kind of fun to feel like you're a private equity investor buying Switchback Energy. Okay, so in more news, we go head over to Twitter. We can see that Joe Biden, this was a tweet by Business Week on the 18th. It says Joe Biden has a plan to install 50,000 electric vehicle charging cords by 2030, roughly a 5-fold increase in the nation's EV structure that could cost more than $5 billion. So it looks like with Joe Biden, he's going to get involved with this movement. And I mentioned this earlier, but I didn't know that they were going to actually spend that much money. So there could be quite a few government contracts, and that Chargepoint is over 70% of the market share in the United States. Hopefully they will get some of these contracts, guys. So now another question. How will the merger play out? So I was reading the comments as some of you guys were confused. So basically, as I mentioned earlier, the difference between a SPAC and a traditional IPO. Right now, the SPAC is Switchback Energy, SBE, but it's only going to be 10% of the shares outstanding once the ticker symbol changes. So what's going to happen is that SBE is going to change their ticker symbol. So I'm not exactly sure what the ticker is going to be, but it's going to be something like CH PT, something like that, something of that nature. And this name will change. So this will no longer say Switchback Energy. If you buy the stock before the merger, your shares will automatically be converted over to Chargepoint shares. And there is a 1-to-1 ratio. So the stock price that you see now will change over to Chargepoint. There will not be a change in the stock price or anything like that. The only change will be is that there will be 9 times as many shares outstanding. So right now there's something like 30 million shares outstanding, and then that will change to 300, and that will change to 305 shares outstanding. So I hope that kind of clears things up, guys. Basically, if you like this company, I've talked a lot about it. It's one of my largest holdings. I'm really bullish on charging stations. Joe Biden's bullish on it. The world needs more charging stations. Guys, I think it's a good investment. So if you buy it now, you don't have to worry about the ticker symbol changing. That will be done automatically. So like I said, if you're thinking about buying it before the merger, I posted a previous video on Chargepoint. Be sure to check out the link in the description. Okay, and the last thing I want to talk about in this video is kind of how Chargepoint is absolutely crushing it with their Home Flex product. So everyone's been talking about charging stations and things like that, but I don't think a lot of people are talking about the ability to actually charge your car at home. So if we go to Amazon right here, you can see I'm on Amazon.com. You can see that Chargepoint Home Flex is the #1 electric vehicle charging on Amazon. It's the #1 bestseller with over 779 ratings, with an average rating of 4.5 stars, guys. So you can actually check out tutorials on YouTube how to set this up. It costs around $650, and it's so easy to set up. All you need is a few nuts and bolts and like a screwdriver or a power drill. You can plug this into your garage and things like that, and you can charge your vehicle. And it's so cool because you can actually charge your vehicle and monitor it on your smartphone. And if you have something like Alexa, you can actually ask Alexa, how much your car is charged, and it will tell you guys. So not only does Chargepoint have all the stations around North America, but they have the Home Flex product, and it's actually the most expensive charger on Amazon, as well as the #1 best-selling, guys. So like I said, I thought this was an important update because maybe a lot of people thought that there'd be too much competition with companies like EVBox, companies like Tesla and things like that. But the #1 home charger is a Chargepoint charger. So another great reason to own this company. And I think a lot of people that own this charger, as you can see here, it's the #1 best-selling. I think a lot of them are going to be like, wow, this is a pretty cool charger. But they don't know that the company is probably going public. They see Switchback Energy and it doesn't really mean anything to them. So now once the ticker symbol changes, I think it's going to bring in a lot more buyer interest because people are going to be like, wow, this Chargepoint charger is so amazing. It's so fast. I charge it at home. Oh, there's a stock. Okay, I'll buy the stock too. So that's kind of another bullish signal. So that's it to wrap things up, guys. We're counting down. Looks like we're headed to be about another, let's say another 20 to 25 days until the merger. It looks like we're hitting a nice buying opportunity as well. The stock is down well from its $40 plus highs. So I've been buying it here right around $35 or $36. I believe in buying the stock before the merger. I think the name recognition, I think it's going to attract a lot more buyer interest, and I think the stock is going to go much higher. So I know a lot of people are talking about the price is too high and the market cap's too high, but we've seen with Tesla, these charging stocks, these EV stocks can charge at very high market cap. So that's it, guys. Please, like I said, please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to check out my daily stock watch newsletter. You can grab that in the comments, and also subscribe to my private private Discord chat where we chop it up, talk more about EV stocks and other high growth stocks. So that's it until next time, guys. Take care.